welcome you. So this is the fourth webinar. So for today's webinar, we will focus on the best silvicultural practice for the quality teak timber production. So as you know, the ITTO and BMLEH, or the Federal Ministry of the Agriculture, Food and Regional Identity from Germany, we are working with the 6 countries in Asia, Pacific, and West Africa. So in Cambodia, in Asia Pacific, we have Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, India, and Indonesia. While in West Africa, we have the Togo. This one of the project under South and South Cooperation, which is funded by Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Regional Identity. So the objective of the 3 years project is to promote the production of quality timber in smallholder and community-based teak and other variable species plantation in order to improve the livelihood and social and environmental outcome of the smallholder in the target area. And today's activity is one of the important activity under the output 3 that we want to share our experience, but not limited into 6 countries under this project, because teak is widely planted over 80 countries across the globe. So this is one of the 12 webinar series that you already see the photo. We starting with the system doctrine to provide the background of the projects. So far we have conducted 3 webinars on genetic resources, which is the upstream, and how to produce the quality teak seedling and other variable species. And today we will focus on the silvicultural practice in order to obtain the good quality timber, and we aim to have the final section in the microfinancing and value chain and value added product later on. So today is our honor to have the Dr. Tetra Yanuariadi, ITTO project manager, on behalf of the ITTO project to give the welcome remark to on the delegate. So Dr. Tetra, could you please give your opening remark?
Thank you, Professor Yongyut. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, distinguished participants, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to be among you today for the 4th webinar on best silviculture practices for quality teak production. First and foremost, I wish to acknowledge the contribution of the 2 prominent speakers, Mr. Fausto Hisashi Takizawa from Teak Resource Company, Brazil, and Professor Mudji Susanto from Research Center for Applied Botany, the National Research and Innovation Agency, BRIN, Indonesia. Your contribution to this webinar enhanced the profile of these proceedings and is a reflection of both great significance of your professionalism attached to wider cooperation and that of the teak forest management issues, and in particular the promotion of quality timber production of teak and other valuable species. I also wish to welcome all online participants accessing from various countries. Your participation in this webinar clearly reflects your own personal belief that best silviculture practice for quality teak production need to be promoted. In this respect, my personal view is that this belief is well grounded. The ITTO-BMLEH project on promoting quality timber production in smallholder and community-based teak and other valuable species plantation in the tropics aims to support sustainable and productive management of teak and other high valuable timber plantation in tropical region. Aligned with these policies and strategic goals of participating countries, the project focuses on sustainable plantation management, enhancing value chain, and ensuring legality of timber production. This bi-monthly webinar series during 2025-2026 will provide a platform for stakeholders to exchange up-to-date knowledge and share successful case studies to address challenges in building legal and sustainable supply chains of teak and other valuable species plantation. My hope is that the knowledge developed, the experiences shared, and the networking achieved during this webinar will enable each and everyone to engage in effective momentum-building actions aimed at promoting best silvicultural practices for quality teak and other valuable species. Enjoy the webinar. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Dr. Tetra, for providing additional breakdown of the project's aim and the expected output of the project. Okay. So today we have two prominent speakers. One is from Brazil, a Teak resources company, Mr. Fausto Hisashi Takisaka. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. So it's my pleasure. I understand that right now it is 3 a.m. in Brazil, almost 12 hours different from Thailand, Indonesia, and in Southeast Asia. And the second speaker is Professor Dr. Mudji Susanto from Brinj in Indonesia. So I would like to start with the first speaker, Mr. Takisawa. Since I already mentioned, it's about 12 hours different from our region. So I would like to ask him to present first, and then we have Q&A. And then he has time to go to bed, okay? I will switch to his presentation just a moment. Okay, just a moment, please. Okay, do you see presentation? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, please. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you and see your presentation, Prof.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, the speaker, please.
Please follow.
Foster, do you hear me?
Also,
Yeah, I think he may have difficulty. So let's see.
is he in?
Kemana ya?
Fausto.
So
Otherwise-
otherwise, if you don't mind, may I start with the Indonesia? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lions
Good.
itu ya?
Yeah.
Udah ada orang?
Professor, are you okay?
Hah?
Professor
Mudji.
Mudji?
Pak Mudji, are you okay if you start first? You are
Professor
mute, Pak
Mudji?
Mudji. You are mute, Pak Mudji.
You mute your microphone?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
good.
start.
Okay,
first.
maybe you start first, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. Okay,
Great.
then you will advise me if you want to move to the next
Okay.
presentation. Okay, go ahead, Professor Mudji.
Yep. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night, maybe. Thank you. I would like to present about wood quality improvement of teak. In this presentation, I want to discuss how if what to improve wood quality genetic in teak. Teak forest can contribute to a healthy environment when managed sustainably. Teak, especially in its native forest, play a role in carbon sequestration and storage. Sorry, maybe it's slide 2, okay. Let me start by showing the distribution of teak forest in Java, especially those managed by Perhutani. Perhutani is a government company that manages teak forest in Indonesia, especially on Java Island. The teak forests on the map are colored green to help us visualize their distribution. Yesterday, I asked my friend to help me create this map. He obtained data from current satellite imagery. If we look closely, the teak forests are clustered in area managed by Perhutani. However, if we look at the entire area, these teak forests are scattered from West Java to East Java. These teak forests are divided into age classes, ranging from 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, up to 20 or 30 of logging rotation. Therefore, Perhutani will always have forests ranging from 1 here to 30 here, maybe 60 here. However, I don't show the teak forests by age class on this map. Perhutani is divided into regional division. This division manages forests within specific geographic area, with each division overseeing multiple forest management units. For example, Perhutani West Java and Banten Regional Division manage forests in those two provinces, Banten and West Java. So, Central Java Regional Division manage forests in Central Java province. And then East Java Regional Division manage forests in East Java province. Okay, next. Okay. Indonesia teak forest managed by Perhutani or forest farmer are mostly located in Java Island. This area teak forest currently managed by Perhutani in West Java Regional Division managed 193,000 hectares, and Central Java Regional Division managed 342,000 hectares. East Java Regional Division managed 678,000 hectares. So the total is around 1.38 million hectares. Perhutani can manage teak professional, allowing it to regulate the harvesting age up to 30 years or 40 years. Meanwhile, forest farmer manage privately owned forests are mixed with other plants, such as Parasynthesis Falcataria, mahogany, and fruit trees, resulting in less than optimal management. Forest farmers prioritize sustainable environment because they ensure long-term productivity and ecological health. Practices like agroforestry with integrated trees and shrubs, with crop and livestock, promote biodiversity, protect watershed, and enhance soil fertility. This approach also helps mitigate climate change by sequestering carbon and reducing reliance on harmful chemicals. Farmer forests have been practicing green economics since ancient times, cultivating fruit and timber to improve their standard of living. For example, in the Monore Hill in Central Java, farmer forest raises sheep and cultivate garden or forests planted with various types of fruit, including durian, mangoes, and mixed species, for example, singon, teak, and mahogany. Since teak trees are easily sold and provide instant cash, forest farmers harvest them when the trees are 15 years old. The wood is used by local carpenters to make furniture, door, and windows. Farmer forests earn approximately $8,000 annually. In the side, there a picture of me and two forest farmers who were staking logs on the side of the road to be sold. The stack of thick log is in the southern Tegal area. And let's proceed to the thick door and window carpenter and watch the carpenter there. It turned out the door and window were made from thick log that were 20 or 30 centimeter in diameter, and carpenter saw into both that were 2 and 3 centimeter thick. So we have question about the quality of the thick wood. Will window and doors be durable and sturdy? Okay, next. Let's more on the teak breeding program in Indonesia. Teak breeding is program aimed to supplying the people demand for teak wood insulate. This teak breeding focus on genetically enhanced teak growth. There will be increasing teak forest productivity both in Perum Pertani and privately owned forests. Teak improvement in Indonesia began during the Dutch East Indies colonial era. At that time, the Dutch East Indies government managed teak forests in Java, which are now managed by Perhutani. Next. To better understand the teak breeding program in Indonesia, the period is divided into period before 1990 and after 1990. In 1932, the Bosbo Prof Station, the Forestry Research and Development Center of the Dutch East Indies government, began teak breeding in Java. The teak breeding began with teak provenance tests established in Ngawi, Randu Belatung, Bojonegoro, and Blitar. After Indonesia independent, all state forests were managed by Perhutani. Perhutani originally needed to develop and increase the productivity of its teak forests. Therefore, in 1988, Perum Perhutani made a teak breeding program in collaboration with Gajah Mada University. This collaboration has yielded significant results. This collaboration result a variety. This is Jati plus Perhutani or JPP. I said JPP. JPP was developed to produce high growth with a relative short rotation cycle, as well as acting as carbon store. Its advantages include faster growth and large system diameter than conventional teak at the same time. Okay, next. Okay. Based on estimate or research, JPP has mean annual increment about 10 to 15 meter cubic per hectare per year, which is higher than conventional teak, which was 9.7 meter cubic per hectare per year. The picture was taken in May 2023. The teak forest is JPP teak trees located in the Jatinegara, PKPH Jatinegara, and KPH Pemalang, and Central Java Regional Division. At the time, the teak was 10 years old. JPP teak, well known for its fast-growing characteristics, high wood quality, is comparable to conventional teak at similar age. However, some studies indicate that wood properties of JPP teak, particularly at younger age, may be slightly inferior to older. Conventional teak in terms of drying properties and basic wood properties. Despite this, JPP teak can be a viable option for various applications, especially when considering the potential for value-added treatment like densification, thermal modification, and preservation. Okay, next. Okay. After 1990, in 1992, the Center for Forest Biotechnology and Tree Improvement Ministry of Forestry began forestry improvement program in Indonesia for fast-growing species in collaboration with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA. The species study were acacia species and eucalyptus species for pulp and paper production. However, starting in 2000, they began to improve woodworking species including Soria, Tectona grandis, Sweetinia, Macrophylla, Hibiscus, Campbellina arborea, Mangreta glauca, Falcatara molcana, Araucaria, Astona sucarset. And in 2020, the Center for Forest Biotechnology and Tree Improvement had established 40 progeny or clone test plot. Okay, next. Okay, I will focus on tree improvement. Teak improvement can be done with conventional or molecular. The first conventional teak improvement cycle. The forestry improvement cycle for genetic selection, it is conventional form, involve a multi-step process focused on identifying and propagating superior trees to enhance growth and wood properties traits. This cycle typically included selection from natural population, progeny tests, and the establishment of seed orchard for mass production of improved seedling. Here, a breakdown for the conventional forest through tree improvement cycle. The first selection of plus trees. Identifying superior trees, the process begins by surveying existing wood line to locate plus trees individual trees that exhibit exceptional characteristics like fast growth and wood properties trait. And then seed collection. Seeds are collected from these selected clusters. And then progeny testing. Open pollinated. The collected seeds are used to create progeny through either open pollinated or control pollinated crossing to selected trees. Field trial. These progeny are planted in field trial to assess their performance under various environmental conditions. Evaluation, the trial are monitored over several years, and data of growth, wood quality, or wood properties, and other relevant traits are collected. Identify superior families and individual. Based on the progeny test results, superior families and individual tree are identified. Establishment of seed orchard. Clonal propagation. Superior trees identified from the progeny test are propagated as sexually typical through grafting to create a clone band. Seed orchard contraction. These clones are then planted in seed orchard with a specially managed plantation design for the production of genetically improved seed. Mass production. The seed orchard will produce large quantities of seed, which are then used to establish new forests within the desired tribe. Okay, I think next. This is breeding molecular. We have the 4 types. The first is crossbreeding. Crossbreeding technique used in Botany involve mating individual from 2 different breed or varieties to combine their desirable trait in offspring. This method is employed to create new varieties in enhanced characteristics such as wood properties. Then we have to back crossing involve repeatedly crossing a hybrid offspring back to one of its parents to transfer specific traits such as wood properties from the other parent. Each cycle of back crossing typically involves crossing to the progeny with the recurrent parent, selecting individual with the desired trait, and then repeating the process. After several cycles, the resulting offspring will largely resemble the recurrent parent, but will also carry the desired trait from the donor parent. Each crossing cycle will further increase the proportion of genes from the desired parental line in the offspring. The back-crossing process to shape the desired trait like a considerable, for a long time. So making it unsuitable for teak. Well, because we need 100 years, maybe. Then mutation breeding. In order to produce new plant kind with desired feature, the breeding process is known as mutation breeding. Create genetic mutation artificially. In order to create genetic variety that can be screened and chosen for desired traits such as wood properties, in entire subjecting plant, seed or tissue to mutagen
จบ เรียนฟรีในชุมชนแล้วก็ทำตัว product ที่เรามีอยู่แล้วก็ไปพูดง่ายคือแยกออกจากผู้คนต้นน้ำที่อยู่ในชุมชน
Excuse me, please mute your microphone, please.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead,
Currently,
Dr. Mudji.
yes. Currently, we are employing gamma ray irradiation to irradiate in vitro vegetative propagation to produce mutant. After the substantial number of the stable mutant clone are obtained, we will test them in the field and periodically assess their growth. We can determine the quality of the wood after the trees are mature enough to produce wood. A genetic engineering technique called transgenetic breeding is used to insert foreign DNA into an organism's genome to produce desired features like wood properties. Isolating the desired gene, cloning it, putting into the vector, and then introducing it into the target organism are some of the procedures involved. These methods enable accurate genetic alteration. Okay, next, genome editing, making process alteration to a living organism DNA is known as genome editing. A form of genetic engineering, it is effective technology that let us change, add, or remove DNA sequences in the genome, possibly adding desirable qualities. Okay, next. The Center for Forest Biotechnology and Tree Improvement, Ministry of Forestry, has established and tested 31 clone. Teak clone trial were established in 2002 at 2 different locations. In 2006, Teak progeny trial were planted testing 50 families from egg provenance from Munas, Sulawesi, Buton, Warkana, and NTC. So, average diameter and height growth, however, proteins have not been evaluated. Analysis showed that there was a significant amount of genetic variability for growth in the trial, but in the trial have not yet evaluated the wood qualities. Next. Okay. There are three steps that need to be considered in wood quality improvement. First, we conducted a research study on teak wood properties. This study was necessary to develop a measurement method to facilitate the measurement of wood properties to be restored in individual standing trees without damaging the trees. This is because in evaluation of clone or progeny testing, it seems impossible to harvest wood by felling or drilling trees. Cutting trees means removing all individual trees, and harvesting wood by drilling trees will damage the trees. Studying wood quality in the standing trees is crucial for successful tree breeding program because it allows for the selection for superior trees with desirable traits for future generation. This in turn lead to improved wood produce and increase economic value. Here why study wood quality is important in the context. Identify superior trees. Wood quality traits like density, stiffness, and strength are often heritable, meaning that can be passed down from parent to offspring. By evaluating wood quality in standing trees, breeder can identify individuals with superior trait and use them as parent in their breeding program. This helps create a new generation of trees with improved wood properties. Predicting future wood quality. Study of wood quality in studying trees, especially using non-destructive method, can help predict how wood properties will change as the tree matures. This information is valuable for making informed decisions about which tree to select for breeding and how to manage them for optimal wood quality. Then, optimizing resource allocation. Understanding wood quality variation within and between tree population allows for better resource allocation in breeding program. For example, if certain provenance geographic origin are consistently found to have better wood properties, resource can be focused on those provenance. Similarly, if some families within a population show superior wood quality, breeding effort can be concentrated on these families. Enhancing wood product. By selecting trees with desirable wood properties, breeder can improve the quality of wood product from these trees. This can lead to stronger, more durable, and more aesthetically pleasing wood product, increasing their valuable and marketability, improving economic resource. Okay, the next genetic wood properties variation. Oh, sorry, back. Sorry, back at this slide. That genetic variation wood properties. Genetic variation in wood properties is crucial for forestry breeding program as it allows for the selection and propagation of trees with desirable traits like strength, density, and fiber characteristics, leading to improved timber quality and yield. Understanding this variation enables breeders to optimize wood production and meet specific market demand. Here, where it's important, one, enhance wood quality, increase value, improve processing, targeting application, then improve productivity and yield, faster growth, reduce water, optimize rotation age. Okay. Okay. Based on the research study, it's known that Teak plant can store 120 tons per hectare of carbon. If we look at the chemical wood property, so all the chemical properties contain carbon. Lignin is crucial for wood quality, providing strength, rigidity, and protection against decay. It acts as natural binder during this densification process, like solid wood bending. Lignin contains 65% carbon. Cellulose is crucial to wood qualities and woodworking because it's the primary structure component, contributing to strength, stiffness, and durability. Its molecular structure and interaction with other wood components like lignin and hemicellulose significantly impact wood mechanical properties and how it performs in various applications. Hemicellulose are crucial for wood quality in woodworking due to their role in cell wall structure and interaction with other wood components like cellulose and lignin. They influence wood mechanical properties, hygroscopies, and how it interacts with various processes, including addition and material development. Hemicellulose are a major component of wood cell wall, acting as a bridge between cellulose fiber and influencing their orientation. Hemicellulose affect wood tensile strength, toughness, and resistance to deformation. Then extraction content in wood significantly impact its working properties and overall quality. These non-structured compounds, soluble in polar and non-polar solvent, influence wood color, durable, and bonding characteristics. Understanding extractive content is crucial for effective wood processing and product development. Okay, durability, chemical impact of extractive content of wood quality, durability. Extractive contribute to wood natural resistance to decay, insect, and weathering. Certain extractive like phenolic compound exhibit antifungal, and antimicrobial properties. Next, this mechanical wood properties. These properties determine how wood resists forces and deform under load. Understanding these properties is crucial for selecting right wood for specific application like construction or furniture making. Compressive strength, resistant to being crushed or compressed. Bending strength, resistant to bending or breaking under a load. Shear strength, resistant to force to cause adjacent part of the material to slide against each other. Stiffness, ability to resist deformation under stress, often measured by the module, maybe MOA. Hardness, resistant to indentation or surface abrasion. Then to toughness, ability to absorb energy before fracturing. Replicability, tendency to split along the grain. Resilient, ability to return to its organism after deformation. So we have question. We are going to measure all mechanical wood properties? My answer is no. Why no? Because we know some factor influencing mechanical properties. Wood density, generally dense wood and stronger and stiffer. This is maybe it's correlation about among strength. So we have to measure all mechanical wood properties. Okay, next. Genetic correlation between wood properties. Genetic correlation between traits are crucial in tree breeding as they indicate how traits are inherited together. Understanding this correlation helps breeders predict the response to selection and optimize breeding strategies for multiple traits. If traits are genetically correlated, selecting for one trait will likely result in change in the other, potentially leading to unintended consequences if not accounted for. So, what are genetic correlations? Genetic correlation occur because some gene influence multiple traits, or because genes influencing different traits tend to be inherited together. A possible correlation means that if one trait is higher in a tree, the correlated trait is also likely to be higher. A negative correlation means that if one trait is higher, the correlation is likely to be lower. Genetic correlations are expressed -1 to 1. So, why the important and the tree breeding? Genetic correlation. Understanding genetic correlation allows breeder to predict how selecting for one trait will affect other correlated traits. For example, if growth rate and wood density are positively correlated, selecting for fast-growing trees may also lead to trees with lower wood density. Optimizing breeding strategy. By knowing the genetic correlation, breeder can design strategy to either exploit this correlation or minimize their impact. Identifying trade-off. Genetic correlation can highlight trade-off between desirable traits. For instance, this might be a negative correlation between growth rate and wood qualities, meaning that improving one might come at the expense of the other. Improving overall breeding efficiency. Considering genetic correlation can lead to more efficient breeding program by allowing breeder to select for multiple traits simultaneously, potential shortening the breeding cycle. Okay, the next. Genetic gain estimation and the tree selection is crucial for maximizing the improvement of desirable trait in forestry breeding program. It involves predicting the extent to which selected trees will outperform their predecessor in terms of growth, wood quality, or other trait of interest. This estimation helps breeder make informed decisions about which trees to propagate, leading to more efficient and effective tree improvement. Here, why genetic gain estimation is important. Maximizing improvement. By accurately estimating genetic gain, breeder can identify the individual or families that are most likely to pass and desirable trait
Emang kecepatannya
to
kalau
their offspring,
murah.
leading to faster rate
Oh gitu.
of genetic improvement. And optimizing breeder strategies. Understanding the potential genetic gain for different traits allows breeder to prioritize which trait to focus on selecting, and breeding strategies ensure that resources are allocated effectively. Informed resource allocation. Estimating genetic gain helps at making informed decisions about resource allocation in tree breeding program, including the selection of parents, the number of families to test, and the intensity of selection. Genetic by environment interaction. Accurate estimation of genetic gain required consideration of how trees respond to a different environmental condition, allowing for the development of more resilient and adaptable tree population. Early selection. Genetic estimation can help identify traits that can be effectively selected for early in the tree life cycle, reducing the time and resources needed for breeding cycle. Okay, thank you. Let me back to Prof. Trisurat, please. Okay, it's enough.
Okay, so thank you very much, Professor Mudji, for your informative presentation on the long-term teak plantation in Indonesia, particularly in Java, teak genetic improvement, and also genomic technology to improve the wood quality in order to obtain the what you call the high quality wood to meet the market demand. Okay, so now we have time for about 10 minutes for question. So if anyone has the question, please raise your hand and identify yourself before you ask the question, please. So I don't see hand. I will start first. Okay. So you mentioned that
Prof,
the
there
growth
is
rate.
a question from Rahma Zalfira. She raised hand. Rahma
Okay.
Zalfira.
Okay. Rama. Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Prof. Can you hear my song?
Yes. Please go ahead.
I'm currently working on several super pressure tech wood from Center Java, and I'm comparing the quality of superior tech and ordinary tech in Java. But we use thick core wood, like the picture before in presentation. Could work with, what can I say that? Wood core, but for volume measurement, I'm using a method cylinder formula, but the data is not good. If you recommend any method for using measurement volume, better we use volume from cylinder or Archimedes method. Maybe just that, Prof. Terima kasih.
Go ahead, Professor Mudji.
Okay, thank you. Your question is about how measure of volume in wood of thick or it's volume and volume. How to measure and volume? Sorry. Please repeat your question.
Yes, Prof. How to measure volume for carbon bore method?
Method in sample wood or sample wood?
Yeah, sample wood.
Yeah,
In the
it's exactly
non-discriminal.
in Archimedes and water. You use
Yes.
water. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's good.
You use water.
Exactly. Yeah. This is good because
Uh,
I measure a volume for sample also in water.
Once more, Prof. In the thick 1 centimeter.
Yeah. 6 centimeter or 2 centimeter, I think it's enough.
Oh, thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
You're
Other
welcome.
question?
Yes, Prof Yongyut.
Identify yourself first.
Yeah. Hi, it's Rina here. Yeah. Prof
Go ahead.
Mudji. Yeah. Thank you. Prof Mudji. There is a question regarding. I mean, like, we really do appreciate about the what Brains has conduct and then all of the innovation and so on. But the question is, this is actually came from the field when me and Prof Anto Rimbawanto as well as Prof Yongyut, we went to the teak plantation, to the local community, to the private plantation in Yogyakarta. I mean, how do you disseminate and engage the local community? Because again, they are still, how to say, not complaining, but they told us that they have a problem. I mean, to get the good quality seedlings and everything. So yeah. I mean, like how the BRIN disseminate the innovation to the local community, and then what does the impact? Because we know that the local people needs the teak wood, but they want to make it as a short period to harvest, and then the problem is there for real. So yeah, thank you, Prof. Mudji.
Okay. Sorry, the problem in the local forest farmer.
โดยที่เราไม่รู้นะพาคนอาชีพไปอะไรจุดผ่อนปลนไปหาสินค้า
Excuse me, could you please mute microphone, please, for the audience?
Thank you, Mr. Rina. Maybe I don't not know exactly about the problem in the forest farmer and in the around Jogja, but I look I think the forest farmers have no problem in the teak plantation because they're willing not to plant teak. The plantation is from natural germination. So the forest farmer never plant in of teak in the around Jogja. Forest farmer plant teak focus maybe in Gunung Kidul, Wonosari. They plant together with agroforestry, and this focus in agroforestry focus in agriculture plantation maybe. Can you repeat your question, maybe, Mr. Rina?
Yes, Prof. So actually, the real condition in
Yeah.
the fact in the field that, I mean, this is not only happening in Yogyakarta, but
Yeah.
also in some other area where the community plant the teak. But yeah, the information that we get from the field that even the Perhutani as the big corporation still cannot do the kind of the CSR to the local community to provide the good seedlings or provenance or something. So yeah, actually this is kind of a weakness to develop the teak plantation. So I mean that you came from the BRIN and then you also conduct the research, I mean both the technical silviculture as well, maybe as well as the governance or so on. I mean, like, how do you perceive that condition in terms of developing the teak plantation by the local community? Thank you, Prof.
Okay. In the next, I will survive in the local community and the forest farmer. So at the moment, I recommend it. They can plan. They can plan with GPP because that's they have the growth faster, and I think they will improve the products in the forest farmer. So in the next, I will go to farmer, forest farmer of the Teak, located maybe on the other side, around Jogja or other side, other location, because the forest farmer is like to the teak plantation because he can earn money, high money, I think. For example, he also in the slide you can see maybe in the slide number 2 you can see the forest farmers sold the logs of teak.
Okay, thank you. So may I have the last question, Dr. Mudji? So you said that after the 3 improvement program, you can shorten the rotation of teak plantation in Java. So my question is, what is the average rotation period, and what is the average size of the teak when you do harvesting, please?
Okay, the rotation of teak is maybe 20 years old for cutting. As it is has a high product because there's a short cycle rotation, 20 years old. Perhutani has a variety of GPP. GPP is high variety, has a short rotation. We can harvest in 20 years.
And what is the average size of the teak when you do harvesting?
Average, what average? Sorry?
Average size. What is the
size.
diameter?
Diameter. The diameter is about 20 30 centimeter and 20 years old. Average about 30 centimeter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we run out of time. Thank you very much for your informative presentation. I hope that we can meet again during next time for the regional workshop, possibly in Indonesia. So thank you very much. So now I would like to proceed to our second speaker from Brazil, Mr. Kachi Sawa from Teak Resource Company. Okay. So do you see his presentation? Hello?
Hi.
Do you see
Hello.
presentation?
Hello.
Yeah, it is clear.
Yes.
Okay, I think I will, this one is too wrong. I will, okay. Just a moment, please. I will upload your presentation. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Frusto Takisawa. He is the research scientist working with the Teak resource company in Brazil. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, thanks. Good afternoon or good morning to everyone, depending on where you are watching us. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Ma, Professor Youngyud, and everyone involved in this project for inviting us to share and learn a little more about Teak. It's a pleasure to join you today at the fourth webinar, Best Silviculture Practices for Quality Teak Production. My presentation is entitled Smart Teak Forestry, Advancing Teak Production with Certification, Technology, and Social Responsibility. Over the next 15 minutes, I will guide you through the global context of Teak, our innovation journey, the technologies we have developed, and the perspectives for sustainable Teak expansion. Let me first outline the key topics: Teak and sustainability, global context, innovation and leadership journey in Teak, applied technologies, genetic improvement, clonal forestry, and data intelligence, benefits of sustainable Teak production, Boiteca project, livestock forest as an integration model, UGR and certification compliance, and finally, perspective sustainable Teak expansion. On this slide, we see the global context of Teak and sustainability. The map highlights key producers and consumer region and the pressures each faces. In Asia, is still the largest teak producer. Restrictions on its teak forest are tightening supply, make the best practices in teak plantations and management more relevant. Africa, once strong with colonial era plantations, now shows decline due to little reinvestment. Central America has newer plantations, but limited land expansion. And finally, Brazil stands out with a vast know-how in forest plantation, a valuable land, and plantations already reaching final harvesting, teak plantation, creating real opportunities for sustainable large-scale supply. At the same time, global demand for teak is still strong, but buyers are increasingly focusing in legality, certification, and traceability. This means that sustainability is not only an environmental issue, but also a driver of a long-term market value. The lesson is clear: only by adopting suitable genetic materials, selecting areas with good suitability, and good management practices will be possible to guarantee the competitiveness of teak wood production and its future supply and generate confidence in global markets. Next slide, please. our journey of innovation and leadership in Teak began in 1994 with the first plantation of 562 hectares in Mato Grosso state. Just 4 years later, we earned the FSC certification, establishing a foundation of credibility in sustainable forestry. By 1999, we had already surpassed 5,000 hectares. In 2001, we pioneered clonal silviculture and launched our genetic improvement program. As expansion accelerated, we inaugurated our first sawmill in 2003, attracted institutional investors in 2004, and the following year overcame a major logistical challenge to carry out our first log part. In 2006, we stepped into carbon credit market, anticipating a debate that today is the center of global sustainability discussion. Our growth continued. By 2011, we reached 40,000 hectares. In 2015, we opened a sales office in Singapore, and in 2017, we recognized among the world's third largest TIMOs. In 2022, during the global container shortage, we pioneered breakbulk shipping operations here in Brazil. In 2023, we received the Innova Mato Grosso Award, an innovation award here in Mato Grosso State. We launched the Bioteca project, an innovative partnership with cattle ranchers that integrates Teak into pasture system. Now, in 2025, we celebrate yet another milestone with the inauguration of our second sawmill in Pará State, in the north of Brazil. This journey shows how TRC has combined vision, innovation, and leadership to make Teak a global benchmarking in sustainable production. Next slide, please. Since in 1994, we have built the world's largest private enterprise dedicated to Teak, managing 14,000 hectares of Teak plantation and 50,000 hectares of conservation areas. We lead not only in scale, but innovation, pioneering clonal plantations and genetic improvement with superior results. Today, our Teak flows from Brazil to the world powered by vision, science, and sustainability. We have plantation in the north of Brazil, the Redenção region and Cáceres region. In the south of Brazil, in Dayatuba, we have only a central office. Next slide, please. Our innovation journey in Teak production integrates 3 essential pillars: genetics, silviculture, and operations. It starts with genetic improvement using advanced genomics tools and pollination to produce superior clonal seedlings with higher productivity and resilience. In the field, precision silviculture unlocks this genetical potential with focus on soil improvement, targeted fertilization, weed control, and high-quality pruning, all designed to maximize tree growth and wood value. Finally, at harvest, data-driven operations ensure efficiency, digital tools guide harvesting, log optimization, and transport. So every tree delivers its full value. Together, these technologies cycle of improvement make teak production more productive, efficient, and sustainable. Next slide, please. From the forestry to the market, apply technologies connect every step. We bring intelligence to logistics, ensuring tick flows globally with precision. Through wood processing, we capture high value and meet diverse demands with strategic planning and data intelligence operations, transforming into clear, informed decision. This is how we turn complexity into efficiency and value into global impact. Next slide, please. Sustainable teak production is more than timber. It's about preserving biodiversity, where wildlife thrives even within our forest. It's about responsibility with people, ensuring the best labor practices and safe working conditions. And it's about community inclusion, engaging local families like our Damas da Terra project, so that forest value chains create shared opportunities. In short, sustainability for us means balancing between nature, people, and business. Next slide, please. The Boiteca project is our model of livestock forestry integration and partnership with cattle ranchers. Here in Brazil, TRC executes, in this partnership, TRC executes and finances all activities related to the tree component in this integrated production system. Over time, cattle production continues while teak trees mature, creating a dual source of income for the cattle rancher. This partnership with ranchers ensure shared income from livestock, timber, and even carbon opportunities. The model delivers real benefits. It's cover degraded land, diversify rural income, and drives inclusion. Boitec is not only about trees and cattle, it's about building resilience and long-term prosperity in the countryside. Next slide, please. To comply with the UGR and certification requirement, we use a fully automated digital due diligence system. This platform automatically gathers all the information requested by these standards. Through an API, it queries the lots and stands in our database, generates and join documents regarding the requested wood. This automation ensures accuracy, speed, and transparency for every export process. Next slide, please. This procedure allows us to verify and prove that our wood does not come from the forested area. Next slide, please. Our evidence is stored securely in the cloud and make available for customer download all the document necessary for UGR regulation. This guarantees traceability, regulatory compliance, and customer confidence. Next slide. The future of Teak expansion relies on sustainability and innovation by applying the best silviculture practices. We generate long-term values for investors, producers, markets, and society. Strategic partnerships and continuous innovation strengthen our competitiveness. At the same time, wood traceability and full compliance with strict global standards, such as UGR and FSC, ensure credibility and market access. Our vision goes beyond forestry. It integrates people, technology, and collaboration, driving a truly sustainable teak value chain. To conclude, Smart Teak Forestry combining certification, technology, and social responsibility. This model ensures not only competitiveness, but also resilience and long-term value creation for all stakeholders involved. Thank you very much for your attention. Next slide, please. The last slide has our site and contact. I look forward for your question and discussion. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you very much for your excellent presentation. First, I would like to congratulate the TRC company. Within 30 years, you become the first tree plantation in the private sector and export a lot of wood to the global market. So my first question is, I see that in the last 5 years, 2015, you opened the sales office in Singapore, and 2022, the second sales office in Taiwan. So may I imply that the teak demand in Asia is still increasing? That's why your company opened a new sales office in Asia.
Yes, we saw a hard demand for good quality. Let me say clear, good quality. Also, every time has a strong demand in the market. And in last 5 years, we are start to saw not in the market and the plantation. And nowadays, the speed of plantation is lower than teak wood consumption. The message is the time to plant teak is just now, because in 10 years we will have some gap in good quality good quality in the market to offer.
Okay, thank you very much. So it means that the good quality teak wood still have a high demand in the market, not the low quality. Thank you. So any question from the floor, please? Raise your hand, or you can identify yourself and ask question.
Dr. Ma
Okay, I see hand from Dr. Paibun. Dr. Paibun, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Paibun. Yeah, I would like to ask Doctor two things. One, I saw that in 2006 you are selling the carbon credit. May I ask, you're selling carbon credit in Brazil or you sell abroad? And is it a good price? And after 2006, are you also selling the carbon credit? The second question is that, could you please elaborate or explain more detail on Bioteca project on the livestock in the teak plantations, and what is the sharing benefit? Thank you.
So two questions. One is the carbon credit. You started in 2006, and the other one is more explanation for the biotech project.
Yes, thanks for the question. For credit marketing in 2006, we made a project on the pilot project, and we sell the carbon credits in the international market in Chicago exchange market. In that time, we reach a good price, about $6 per tons of the CO2. In that time, it was a good price, and we stayed very excited to expand more project in our plantations, new plantations. But after the economic crisis in 2008, the price of carbon almost zero, and just now in 2 years ago, we start again to organize our team to make a new project for this new Boiteca project. And now I answered about the Boiteca project. Boiteca project was born because here in Brazil, the cost of land is higher because the soil, corn plantation. Then this put a challenge for us. How continues to plant teak with the higher price of the land? And then Mato Grosso State has a vast area of cattle. Then we start to promote to make partnership with ranchers. When we use the land area, like in my back, we planted one line of teak each 20 meters into the pasture. And then all finances and activity regarding to the trees is by TRC, is made by TRC. The only things is the rancher respect the trees and allow us to make our operation in the trees. And after 2 years, the ranchers can put cattle again in the area. And in the final 20 years, in the final cut, we share about 20% of the teak wood. We share with the ranchers. We can sell for the ranchers, or if a rancher can sell for himself, it's open to do. Now we are looking for finance engineering, word like this, for possibility to anticipate some income of the wood for the ranchers. One thing we are starting to talk with some financial institution here in Brazil to get more speed in this project, because the planning of a Boiteca project is to plant about 2,000 hectares per year during next 5 years.
Okay, thank you. I see hand of Dr. Ma. Dr. Ma, please.
Thank you very much. Wonderful to receive your great presentation. And also I wish to congratulating TRC in advancing quality teak production. I'm currently the ITTO consultant assisting Professor and Dr. Tetra. At the same time, I'm the research professor at the Ozung Christian Institute, Korea University. My first question regarding innovation. I think livestock, whatever choosing. In terms of innovation, can you elaborate further what kind of innovation? I mean, many the improvement, but I'm interested the planting species, for example. Normally 4x4, but when I visited your place, and that was maybe 8 years ago, I time you will experiment 6 by 6 due to labor shortage. So, and the innovation, like the, I mean, routine way, but you are advancing so many things. So the planting species, so you need some good way to for innovate way for improve the planting species. The second question regarding the biodiversity, I was the last plant you mentioned about 100,000 at 40,000 you, I mean, focus on the plant. You mentioned about the conservation area, about 50,000 hectares. So yeah, this is interesting. I mean, this is for just conservation or any other purpose. So also related question. I enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation. The benefit of the teak planting, like without biodiversity. So somehow the teak sector, we are a little bit behind the biodiversity concern, but show it's the tree, the teak tree, and then the bird, and then other wildlife. So can you some elaborate also your experience, some any particular the silviculture, the practice to ensure the biodiversity in teak the production area? So silviculture practice somehow attract more the bird or other wildlife. So I'm interested the size of the 50,000 conservation area and one purpose, and as in terms of silviculture aspect. So how do you also include or biodiversity concern in your practice? My first question is also innovative way in your the silviculture aspect, particularly the spacing the planting species. Once again, I wish to thank you so much. Also, time is very early morning. You had sacrifice the whole the time. Very appreciate.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rat. So two questions. One is the innovation techniques, yeah, and the second one is the contribution of teak plantation to biodiversity, rather than improvement of land degradation to the biotic. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Ma. For me, it's a pleasure to join here, not a sacrifice. For me, a pleasure to exchange knowledge. First, about innovation, the TRC invest about 1.5% of its revenue in research and innovation. The one pillar of innovation is genetic improvement. It's for clear genetic improvement. And the other side, where the company always has open door for university to share information and make the partnership. One key point to do innovation is not to do alone, is to do in a net of research, university. Also, we participate in a forum with industry, wood industry here in Brazil, not only in Mato Grosso, not only in Teak, but also we participate in several forums in the forest planted forum, talk about innovation. Then the key factor is participate in a net of innovation research. And the other point about the biodiversity monitoring in practical terms, we need to ensure to not only for FSC certification, but our policy. We need to ensure that our activities do not create a negative impact in the environmental. One way to show is we need to monitor flora, fauna, either resources, soil, and in the practical we need to collect the water, watching flora, fauna, make inventory of this kind, and measure the quality and diversity of this flora and fauna species. In area, we start to plant teak and monitor it along the time. And you saw some of our operation was the large scale operation, like a harvest. Then this kind of monitoring give us information what animals, endangered species or not, what the behavior of this animal, and what activities we need to avoid. For example, neighborhood kind of conservation area, we found a kind of birds that can only one activity can disturb its behavior. Then the environmental department gives orientation for activities, what kind of we have to do or not to do. We do the activity carefully about this information. And the big conservation areas is because here in Brazil we have a law, legal reserves that give us that here in Mato Grosso State, where we are, Cerrado biome, the law obligated 35% of legal reserve. In the north of Brazil, 50% need to keep in legal reserve. And also we have along the rivers, we need to keep a border along the river. Also, then when we put all together legal reserve, preservation area, we have these big numbers of conservation areas.
Okay, thank you very much. I think your answer is highly related to the amended ITTO guideline on the forest production contribution to biodiversity and the climate change. I think it will be published very soon, maybe in coming November at the ITTC 61 in Panama. So are there other questions? Okay, Dr. Suwan from Royal Forest Department, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Maybe my question related to Dr. Mark's question. I may have two questions. The first one is related to the genetic improvement. I would like to know what is the criteria of the criteria you use for the tree improvement. Is that the wood quality or what else? And the second question is, what about the rotation? Would you happy with the how many year of rotation now in Brazil, or do you have any expectation to make it shorter? Thank you.
Okay, may I repeat again? You may not hear clearly. So the question, what are the criteria that you use when you are aiming for the genetic improvement? In Thailand, we use the growth performance, the proportion of the hardwood, and the staple, something like that. And the second question, what is the optimum rotation in your plantation? In Indonesia, we listen to the first speaker. It's about 18 to 20 years rotation. How about in Brazil? Thank you.
Here in Brazil,
okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Here in Brazil, we use the criteria to genetic improvement almost the same here in Indonesia. We put one more criteria, disease resistance. when we put this criteria, disease resistance, because not only in Brazil but in Central America also we a kind of disease the name of fungus is ceratocystis. Ceratocystis is a problem, but we have a good material with disease resistance. And about the final cut, we plan to do between age 15 and 20. But some forestry normal range 15 to 20. The older forestry almost 25 years old.
Thank you. I still see Dr. Paibun would like to ask another question. Dr. Paibun? You mute your microphone.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Probably I would like to ask in relation to climate change instead of the good quality timber. Okay. I think this year there will be COP30 in Brazil. Do you plan to register or develop the carbon credit of the teak plantations in Brazil? And I learned that Brazil also developing the carbon market as well. So it may be a good opportunity for you to sell the carbon credit there. Do you have any plan?
So the question is the COP.
Is a question?
IPC,
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the COP of the climate change will be held in Brazil. So regarding to the TRC that you are the leading teak plantation company and have done a lot, particularly the carbon credit since 2006. So you want to have a showcase at the COP meeting in Brazil?
Yes, here in Brazil, TRC start to do again to participate in carbon project, but to get a good product, the real way we need to have in the forestry, we need to have a large scale plantation. The reality we saw for a small plantation is a hard to do, but large scale plantation is possible. This is because one reason about the scale of teak we have here. We yes, teak TRC is planning, not is planning, we start to do to participate in Project Carbon with teak plantation, but we need large scale plantation to do this, to pay our bills, things like this. And also this model Boiteca system production, integrated system, for our happiness, was one of the integration system chosen to participate in the Belém, in the COP. Then we help Embrapa is a Brazilian company, government Brazilian company, do agricultural and forestry research, and this company Embrapa implanted a sample of Boiteca project in Belém, where we will receive all the world to see several production system, and but Boiteca will be there in the COP to show how produce, how use the forestry, in this case teak forest, to integrate system and get solution to climate mitigation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And
I think Taki Sava have to go to bed because he had a lot of engagement tomorrow. Okay, So, okay, on behalf of the ITTO Teak and BMLEH project, I would like to thank to excellent prominent speaker from Indonesia, Dr. Mudji, because we learned that Indonesia have grown teaks, I think almost 400 years since the colonization by Dutch who introduced teak in Java, and it have almost 1.5 million the smallholder. And the second speaker from TRC, the company, the private sector, the largest private company to print it and export to the world market. So both presentation show that the good quality seedling is very important in order to produce the high quality timber. So a lot of people complain that, okay, they grow a lot of teak, but the market is limited. But based on the experience from the TRC, so it showed that the high quality timber is still high demand. That's why the company opened two sales office in Asia. One is in Singapore in 2015 and the other one in Taiwan in 2022. However, teak plantation is not only to target for timber, but it have to contribute to environment and to the society. For example, in the Brazil, they use the teak plantation through agroforestry for the land degradation improvement to mix with the pasture and ranger and contribute to the carbon market since 2006, even though the price of the carbon a little bit low. And there are lots of the smallholder, both in Brazil and Indonesia still involved, and they can improve the livelihood of the local people who have the daily life depend on the natural resources. So I would like to invite on audience to give a big hand to both speakers. Very excellent. Okay. So for the announcement, yeah. So we will have the fifth webinar sometime in the next 2 months, and I will disseminate this information to you. And I hope to see Taki in India the next month, and also Dr. Mudji see you sometime in Indonesia. So thank you very much. Have a nice have a good morning and nice evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Bye bye. Good
Bye.
morning.
Stay healthy
And,
all.
Thank
wonderful,
you, Dr. Rina, Dr. Ma, Dr.
Adalina,
Trios.
Dr. Ma,
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Tetra,
Yeah.
Dr. Yongyut,
Teacher.
Dr. Suwan,
Yeah.
and
Dr.
everybody.
Chu.
So many people
Everybody.
to say.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Dr.
Bye-bye.
Suwan.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Dr. Ma, bye bye. Bye bye.
Suchat. Oh, our
Bye bye,
middleman.
everyone.
Our
See you
middleman from
next time.
Vietnam. Huh? Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.